Sorry for the camera, guys.
Yeah. So, yeah, welcome to Manila.
Thank you so much.
The guys are so excited to see you and hear from you. I was going around earlier. A lot of people are saying, when are you coming? What time are you coming? It's good to see, the warm reception for you. So,
Thank you.
one of the things, so what I did earlier, I went around and asked people, what do they want to learn from you? What is it that they want to hear you talk about? So I put together a couple of questions, and that's the one that I'm going to throw to you today. Is that okay?
Okay, but only ask sensitive, hard, difficult questions.
Yes, we have a lot of those.
Only hard questions.
The ones that will send Twitter crazy, right?
Yes.
Okay, no, seriously. Okay, going into it, if it's okay with you, we can get
Yes.
started. So one of the things that changed business and the world really has been digital, right? And I think you being like a content creator, one of the pioneer ones, especially on Facebook when you started with your 1-minute videos, have benefited and
That's Sir
seen the
Carlo
rise,
Ople.
right? And it's not something that's happening here in the Philippines as well. We have this saying in the digital space here in the Philippines that the US is kind of like a crystal ball of what will happen here. Just take a look at what's happening in the US 3 years from now, you'll see that here in the Philippines.
Correct.
Right? So one of the questions that was raised was, what are the opportunities that you're seeing in the digital space that we are not, or a lot of creators and entrepreneurs are not taking advantage of right now?
First of all, thank you so much for having me.
Pleasure.
Thank you so much for listening, guys. Really appreciate it. So, what you said is so correct. Things come in America first, then they come to the Philippines, then they go to India, then they go to the rest of the world. This is what I'm noticing. The Philippines actually gets things much faster than the rest of Asia.
Oh wow, we're fast.
because the culture and the language are very similar to America, right? And so you see things. So that's why TikTok is so big in the Philippines.
Yep.
Because it's huge in America. Another thing, crypto, right? Crypto is so big in the Philippines because it's also big in America. So I think the next thing that will happen in the digital world is going to be these things. The things that go on your thing, VR. I think that's going to be the next big thing, and I don't see anybody in the Philippines doing anything about it.
Yeah, actually, just to your point, I was talking to you at the back earlier, right?
Yeah.
So when I was in Singapore a couple of weeks back, my wife and I played, it's just called Zero Latency. We had
Yeah,
VR goggles and we
nice.
had guns and we were shooting down zombies.
So good.
I had a VR shotgun and it was crazy. So I think that the experiential side of VR is such a fascinating thing to explore. But do you think it's kind of too early, or is it's super way too early? I think they want your phone. So.
Imagine if I could make a video and you're surrounded by NAS Daily screaming. Sounds like a nightmare, but also it's a dream for me to be able to surround all 360 of your life in a VR experience.
And it goes beyond just the visual and the audio senses. You can actually get into the touchy-feely kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'm supposed to say that.
Yes.
So guys, you heard it. If you want to take advantage of a trend that's not yet super popular yet, and you want to position yourselves, take a look at VR. Definitely worth looking into. Suggest you take a look at a lot of the companies are doing experiential VR events and activities that are doing really well outside the Philippines. You might want to bring them here. That zombie shooting VR company is not here.
So it's so good. I know exactly what you're talking about because I did it 3 times.
Oh, wow. Yeah, super fun.
Yeah, super fun. Another thing, by the way, all these people here are selling collectibles, right?
Yes.
I mean, you were just looking at cards, physical cards.
Yeah.
Collectibles, I mean, what is that? That's NFTs, right? So this is already the future. It's just somebody in America put it on the internet. While in the Philippines, we're still buying the physical version of it.
Exactly.
So we gotta speed up.
Yeah. Can I just say, so I was opening up a pack of Magic cards. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, Magic the Gathering. So I bought a Kamigawa booster pack, which is like, how much is that, $6? And I got one, because he went up beside me I pulled the Wandering Emperor, which was like what makes $50, right? $50. So he's a lucky charm. So if you guys have plans of ripping open boxes, do it next to him. It works well. Anyway, so another question that we have
Are probably not as accurate as they can be.
So how do you try to correct that, or do you just let it be?
So with this case, we're gonna correct it. So I'm gonna make a video next week about this case because it would have been impossible to know. Nobody knew. But I think people underestimate how much fake news exists today. Right? Like, let's talk about religion at Unbox conference. There's 2,000 religions in the world. But we believe our religion is good, is accurate, it's the right one. That means there is 1,999 other religions that are fake news.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Okay.
There was an issue that recently came out, right? Something like that. Here in the Philippines.
So it doesn't matter what religion you follow, right? Whether you're Muslim, Christian, Jewish, it doesn't matter. But the fact that there is 2,000 religions that say they're the right news means at least 99% of them
are fake news. Yeah.
And we all believe it. So humans believe fake news. You believe that that card is worth $50? That's fake news.
Yes, it is. Someone will pay for it.
It's not. It's not. Your
It's
cards
worth
are
what the
worthless.
market will pay for it.
It's worthless.
No, it's not. It can kill creatures.
What creature? They're fake news.
It can make them. You make
Go,
it like
Carlo.
samurai. Okay, I guess. Anyway, so moving away from fake news, I have another question, and this one is more for came from actually one of the cosplayers that I was talking to earlier. So she was interested. What would be your advice for cosplayers who want to get into content creation?
Woo! Top one. But I guess I'm a cosplayer too. I wear the same costume every single day. I'm yet to see, I have not seen a very successful cosplayer yet. I have not seen a cosplayer with 20 million followers.
How many followers does Aludi have?
Oh, is she a cosplayer?
Yeah,
She's a gamer.
Oh, yeah, gamer cosplayer. But yeah, go ahead.
But she's a cosplayer.
About cosplay itself, if you want to make content about cosplay itself, I feel like the market is not big enough.
Oh, really?
I feel, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I think the market is very niche. Like, in my village, there's 30,000 people, maybe 300 of them like cosplay or know about it, and 29,000 don't care. In my village. And there's a lot of villages like my village. So that's why NAS Daily focuses on things that have big audience. Travel, right? People, stories of success, money. Everybody cares about people, money, and travel. So it's a large market. But if you're a cosplayer, the market is pretty small, so you're going to be tapped. So my advice is be a cosplayer. Just if you want to be really big, don't make content about cosplay.
Okay, so if
and I see if I can make a video from it or not. That's number one. Number two, mom tests.
mom tests.
Mom test. So every video we make, I think about my mother. Will my mother be interested in this topic? I don't think about you, I don't think about you, I don't think about you, right? My mother is not, she doesn't speak very good English, so I speak slow, and she doesn't care about a lot of things. So I need to make her care. So that's why, so you need to think of somebody in your brain that you are speaking to, and then that's how you make things go really viral. Because my mom is not on top of the pyramid. She's not like the 1% of elites in America that understand what you're saying, She doesn't understand academia.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
So guys, that's a very interesting bit of advice, especially for aspiring content creators out there or people who put out content. What would your mom think?
In the province.
In the province.
What would your province mom think?
Yeah, we had this saying before, so I used to work in advertising. I think it's called like the Aling Gloria test. Basically, what would Aling Gloria think about this app? Would it be something that would resonate with her? So that's like our way of testing if it's something that would resonate with the bigger audience. So
That's
it's kind of very similar to
Yeah.
what you mentioned.
Yeah.
Okay. So another question that I got, this one is from Migs. So Migs was asking, there are a lot of social media platforms. There's Facebook, there's TikTok, there's YouTube, there's and a bunch of others. How do you determine which platform you should get into if you're a business?
If you're a business.
So it's not a creator asking, it's a business.
It's a business. So what does a business want?
To gain more exposure and awareness.
Attention.
Yes.
Attention. You want attention. You want views. Views equals money, right? So as a business, I
Exactly.
want attention. So you know how markets work, right? Supply and demand. If there's a lot of supply and there's a lot of demand, they meet in the middle.
Yes.
I hope people know what I'm talking about. Social media platforms like YouTube have a lot of supply of content and they have a lot of demand for content. So you meet in the middle. But social media platforms like TikTok have a lot of demand for content, users wanting to swipe.
It's non-stop swipe.
Yeah, and not enough supply of content, not enough creators creating TikTok. When that happens, when there is a misequilibrium, basically, whenever you make a video and you put it on TikTok, you'll get 1 million views, even if the video is bad. Does that make sense? So if you're a business, most of your videos are bad because they're ads. You know? So if you make them just a little bit good, you'll get 1 million views as a business
On TikTok.
on TikTok. It's much more difficult on YouTube.
I agree.
As a business. There are no businesses that are successful on YouTube. It's just
Exactly.
creators.
The only way they get views is they spend money for advertising.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Instagram has the same equilibrium. Facebook has that equilibrium. So I think the only place where there is that loophole or like the supply and demand difference, I think is TikTok. I think in the next 5, 6, 7 months, there should be no more of that loophole.
So in short, because we have a lot of merchants and businesses like who are exhibitors listening right now. So if they wanna take advantage of that, they should be on TikTok.
I think so.
Especially for the next few months while there's still a big imbalance
Yes.
in favor of
Yes.
TikTok.
Until the creators come. When the creators come to the platform,
Anong shoes ni Carlo?
you are dead.
There you go. So to everyone
You have to
listening, so everyone listening, especially the businesses, if you're not on TikTok yet, then most likely you're missing out on such a big
Yeah.
thing, right?
Yeah, totally.
So was that something that you went through when you were on Facebook? It was still like that equilibrium was in your favor?
Exactly.
I get it.
Why do you think people watch NAS Daily on Facebook? Because nobody else is making videos on Facebook.
Yeah, at that time everyone was making videos on YouTube.
YouTube. And I was like, you idiots! Facebook is where it's at because there is no supply of content.
Exactly, that's very smart actually if you think about
So
it.
that was the best bet I took in my life 6 years ago. Now it's much more competitive on Facebook.
Yeah, a lot of people.
lot of
Streamers, content creators.
man.
Well, what do you think about the Reels thing, on Instagram? Is that
Yeah.
something that also is...
Yes. So that is another thing where there is supply and demand problems. I think on YouTube, supply and demand is... So on YouTube, when they introduced Shorts, the same day they introduced it, we started making videos, okay?
On Shorts.
On Shorts. And we went like crazy. We went from 2 million followers to 10 million followers.
Because of Shorts.
Because of Shorts in 1 year.
Oh, that's crazy.
And why? Because no one else was making high quality videos on Shorts.
Yeah.
Now they're all doing it. So Instagram Reels, I think it's slowly reaching equilibrium. Facebook Reels are still shit, which means the quality is terrible, which means there's an opportunity to grow viral.
Isn't Instagram... I should know this because I'm a digital marketer, but I'm out of practice. But isn't Instagram Reels the same thing that comes out on Facebook, or is that different?
So some people do it for both platforms, but they're not all the same. Some content is only on Facebook, but they may make them the same. That being said, Facebook has 2 billion users and Instagram has 1 billion.
It's a much bigger market.
Much big, double the market.
Double the market. So guys, that's a brilliant piece of advice. If you wanna, as entrepreneurs or creators, if you wanna take advantage of a trend, make sure to take a look at TikTok. Make sure to take a look at Instagram Reels.
Facebook Reels.
And Facebook Reels. So if you want to do unboxing of your toys, your packs, and all of that stuff, or even your cosplay content, then you might want to take a look at that, right?
Totally, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, make sure to take note of that. So
and if it works for you, let me know. I'd love to know if it works for you. Message me, yasin@nas.io.
So you'll reply.
I will see it.
Okay. Okay, next question that we have. So this one is from an artist. I will not name her because she wants it anonymous. How do you deal with creative block and content fatigue? Since you come out with all, and she put it in all caps, since you put out a lot of videos.
So, here's the thing. People don't know this, but if you just sit on a couch and say, I would like to get inspiration, and wait for inspiration, it will never come. It just does not happen. You wait today, I didn't get inspiration, I'll get it tomorrow, the next week, maybe next month. So the way I got inspiration is by creating a deadline. So my deadline was 24 hours. Every 24 hours, I must make a video for 1,000 days.
Next.
It's called NAS Daily, not NAS Weekly. Okay? Which means every day I woke up and I was like, shit, I must find a video idea, I must do it. And I would spend 5 hours searching for content. Going to, why do you think I came to the Philippines? Why do you think I went around the world? When I started NAS Daily, I was in New York. I had no inspiration in New York.
Oh,
I need content. I need content. Where do I go? Africa. So I went to Kenya to start NAS Daily because I found content in Kenya. Then I ran out of content. I went to Ethiopia, India, Japan, Nepal, back to America. So I went to 70 countries searching for inspiration.
70, you've been to 70 countries.
For NAS Daily, yeah.
Wow, crazy. That's insane. So to deal with creative block, you have to go to different places or do different activities.
And give yourself a deadline.
Give yourself a deadline.
Yeah, say no matter what happens, even if my mother dies, I must make a video.
Okay, so keep that in mind, guys. So that's interesting. Okay, so we have a few more questions. This is another one from another artist. So I say artist. We have a bunch of booths who are art toy makers. So they're like designer toys. They design it and it gets sculpted, and it's actually starting to become a bigger thing here in the Philippines. So it's like collectibles.
That's cool.
Yeah, so some of them actually ask.
So physical NFTs?
Wow. Physical NFTs. Yeah, so the question is, if I'm starting out, it's kind of similar to what you answered earlier, but I'll still ask the question. You just let me know if it's kind of the same. If I'm starting out as an artist, what would be your best advice for me to gain a lot of awareness? It's kind of like the same.
I think the same. TikTok.
TikTok, right?
Yeah.
So, okay. So actually, those are most.
By the way, Carlo, I go on TikTok here. So I go on TikTok in every new country I go to, right? You just open TikTok and it shows you local content.
Yeah.
Right? Based on the SIM card. So when I go in America, I see like very engaging content. But when I come to Asia, I don't see as much.
Oh, yeah, interesting.
Yeah. Like if I just do this, like I see a lot of like videos.
You'll see a lot of dancing.
Yeah. Dancing, but also like videos with like 5 likes.
Either dancing or political creators. That's all you probably see here in the Philippines.
Yeah,
right.
So there is a lot of room for growth.
When you say room for growth and engaging content, if it's okay with you, I want to pick that a little bit more. What about the content in the US that you feel that people here are not yet creating? Because that, I think, is the opportunity for people here.
American creators
or engaging content in general. So it doesn't have to be American creators, but you just mentioned that you see a lot of non-engaging content. But what are the engaging types of content that you've seen? There's a guy holding a giant eggplant, but yeah, so go. That's engaging content, I guess.
The engaging content is usually content that has a strong opinion. Simple as that. You must have a strong opinion in your life. If you have no strong opinion, if you don't stand for something, you fall
For anything.
for anything. Similarly, if your content doesn't stand for something, it is skippable. unbelievable.
Exactly.
So in America, a lot of people have like very strong opinions, either Democrat or Republican, political, or either like, I'm gonna fight you. They fight and they do this, like a strong opinions. NAS Daily has a lot of strong opinions, if you noticed.
Yep.
I don't know if it was obvious or not. This is why NAS Daily is succeeding, because I DGAF. Don't give a whatever. And so you need to do that.
Yeah.
You need to be very strong, opinionated, and just put that as content.
Actually, just hearing you say that, and I think a lot of people in the room will agree, that's probably why a lot of the political bloggers and creators are becoming successful.
Yes.
Because they're the ones with the, I'm not saying it's the correct opinion, but they definitely have really strong opinions, right? So
Yeah.
that's probably the reason why they're gaining a lot of engagement.
And it doesn't have to be political. You can have strong opinions on travel. I will never fly business class. It's a waste of money. That's a strong opinion. I hate this country. It's a strong opinion. Ideally, don't make that. But I love this country. That's a strong opinion, right? So like when I came to the Philippines, I did a strong opinion. The Philippines is, I think, the friendliest country in the world.
Yeah.
That was my strong, it still is my opinion. No one can convince me otherwise. Well, up until last year, but I'm joking.
Yeah. Actually, that leads me to one question that I've been meaning to ask. You went through that last year, and what amazes me, and I know your team, I know Jack and the rest of the guys, I think any other guy who goes through that will just leave and not care and not come.
Yeah.
So maybe my personal question to you is, why do you decide and why do you want to still be here despite what you went through?
That's a good question, because we have 80 other countries
Exactly.
that we have followers in and opportunities.
Because we were working together with NAS Academy, right?
Yes,
So I was thinking,
yes.
shucks, it was such a great project. I love the spirit behind the project.
Yeah.
I was actually super worried that you guys would pull out and not air the content that we created.
Yeah.
So I'm curious as to what was the driving force to continue.
A lot of people think that we're in this for the money, or we're in this for the followers, or whatever. But we have a lot of money and we have a lot of followers all around the world. So it's like, and there's not a whole lot of money in the Philippines. That's the truth.
Exactly.
That's the truth. I'm sorry, guys.
That was what I was thinking.
That's
I'm
the
like,
truth.
I mean, this guy is going to come back despite all the. He's not even like making a ton of money.
Because we actually love the Filipinos we work with.
There you go.
We really do.
There you go.
You know how many people we have? We have 25 people. All NAS Daily videos are edited by Filipinos.
Your employees.
Yes. The Filipinos, 25 people in my company are Filipino, okay? And I don't think I've ever fired a Filipino editor or like a creative person. They're like almost always the most creative people in the company. And I just don't know why. I'm not saying
There
this
you go.
But to be clear, there is no software engineering talent. There's not enough software
I agree.
engineering talent.
I agree.
Right?
That's something that's so hard to hire locally,
Yes.
especially in the Web3 space.
Oh, impossible. I've never hired a Filipino engineer. I've never met one.
Actually, if you go to Web3 Filipino events, the engineers are not even Filipinos. So yeah, there you go.
Right. So I think this country has a lot of power that maybe Filipinos don't even realize it. It's like the creative talent is unbelievable. And I truly believe in it. I also believe that the nature here is incredible. I do believe that the people are some of the friendliest. I think all these three things are true, no matter what happens. And nothing will change my opinion.
There you go. Palakpakan naman natin, guys.
Don't cancel me next year.
Yeah. Are those all birds? Just
Yes, they're all good. Hey, we have the same shoes.
so.
I have this one in blue and yellow.
Yeah, so there's super comfortable. There's no branch in the Philippines, I think, that sells
Because
them.
it's in America.
But someone should bring this here. Sobrang sarap sa paa, guys. All birds, really comfortable.
And this is the future of shoes.
I agree. Yeah, they're so easy to. Anyway, it's not paid by Allbirds. This is not sponsored. You might think that this segment is sponsored by Allbirds. Anyway, so I'm actually out of questions and we're almost out of time. So maybe my last question to you would be what's next for you. I mean, what's next for you? I mean, you've done so much. You've done a lot in the content space. I know you were present in the Web3 space, but what's like the next big thing that you want to go after?
So, Carlo, you get this more than anybody else in the world. You understand this world. I think the next big thing is online communities.
Yes.
Not online followers. Online communities.
There's a very big difference between those
Very
two.
big. Online followers is like TV, a TV channel. Online communities is like a real community where everybody knows each other. That will be the next big thing on the internet. And this is a community.
Yes.
It's offline, but it should have an online component, right? So my next big thing is called NAS.io. NAS means people in Arabic. NAS.io.
Ah, okay.
You didn't know this?
I wasn't probably listening when Jack was briefing me. Sorry, Jack.
Yeah, so me and the company are separate, okay? So NAS.io basically helps creators build community on the internet. And that, I think, is going to be so powerful in the next 6 years. So my next bet, so my first bet 6 years ago was video on Facebook is gonna be big. And it was big. My next bet is that online communities are gonna be big. And everybody here is gonna wanna build a community. Either a finance community, or a cosplay community, or an entrepreneur community, or a Filipinos outside the Philippines community, OFW, right? OFW?
Yes.
So these communities will exist. Now they exist on Facebook as Facebook groups, but I think that's gonna die.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Facebook groups will die.
I think it will die. And I think NAS.io will be the place
There you go.
where people build communities. I hope.
Well, there you guys, you heard it here. Communities are the next big thing. I think we could go for another hour just talking about communities, but let's respect this time. Thank you for spending this afternoon with us. I had so much
Thank
fun.
you.
Guys, last thing.
Let's take a video, guys. Let's take a video.
Okay.
Have a seat, have a seat.
What do you want me to do?
Hello.
Hi, what's up?
Hello. Hello. Okay, great. Thank you for having me, Carlo.
Pleasure. Nice to have you here.
Thank you so much.
Let's do one group selfie, guys. Okay. Tayo kayo. Lapit sa stage. I'll give them a few seconds to come close to the stage. Lapit. We have a raffle after this, by the way, so stay in the stage. Okay, one on the phone of NAS. 1, 2, 3.
Nakawide siya, syempre.
Okay guys, one here, one more.
Syempre nakawide din si Carl. Next year may wide na tayo.
1, 2, 3. There you go. Thank you, everyone. Guys, he said you were handsome.
Another big hand for